with your head on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
What? Wait. Steve-O's shocking skin, Jeff Wittek's wild excavator experience, and a whole slew of other popular YouTubers and their unexpected medical moments. Today, we're breaking down and reacting to all of the accidental injuries from some of your favorite YouTubers. Let's dive right in.
Oh,
what is this?
Okay, you're ready? Here we go. Stay with your head on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
What? Wait. Putting flames and potentially something flammable by your face, probably not the smartest thing to do. You can get 1st-degree burns, 2nd-degree burns, 3rd-degree burns. I'm assuming this is like hydrogen bubbles. Yeah. That is not funny. People get flash burns like that and come to the emergency department. We assess these individuals for burns to their airway, eyelashes being burned off, your eyebrows being burned, your hair, and then we look in your nose to see if there's any like dark soot.
Did it?
no, like,
Are you okay?
ah, my eardrum. No, it got like in my eye.
It can also cause the burning of the inside of your ear canal, which is a lot more sensitive skin and then very difficult to treat. Due to the different like pressures relating to the combustion, it can lead to perforated eardrums.
No, it just burns. You got in my. I got in my eye, but it's all right. It's all right.
You okay?
Yes.
It doesn't look like the skin was like burned off, but he's describing that it is burning. There is a chemical reaction that was occurring and all of a sudden a big massive flame. Thank goodness that it burned out super fast. Oh my gosh. Oh.
That's Dobrik back in 2020 at the helm of an excavator he rented, swinging his co-star Jeff Wittek around.
Obviously spinning around, lots of force, and then hitting a metal object.
The guy has a fractured face.
A fractured face. Hard to know what that means. Obviously, there's a lot of places in your face that you can fracture, but if he injured his eye, you typically would have an injury around the eye socket, and a lot of times you have like orbital wall fractures.
Broke his foot, and he nearly lost an eye.
But after racking up some serious hospital bills, Jeff's face is tip-top again.
People will ask after a broken bone, how long will it take to heal? When am I back? Healing process actually takes a long time. It could take a couple of weeks for things to really set, and then it takes a couple months for it to really rebuild that bone.
For my last tour, I brought in a totally professional pyrotechnics guy, meaning that what I'm about to show you is totally allowed on YouTube.
Pyrotechnic professional, right? So that is somebody professional with fire.
Fire!
Okay. For that, you obviously worry about the explosive aspect of injuring your head. There have been stories of people using like fireworks near their head and actually exploding off their noggin, versus the flames here, you worry about the hair catching on fire.
After the teacup, I was still totally unscathed. So we just sprinkled way too much rocket engine fuel all over the living room carpet. When my buddies lit that stuff, right away I knew I up.
Once the burn happens, the damage occurs, but then it takes time to actually potentially show its ugly head of how bad it actually is.
I knew it was bad right away, so I went to the hospital that night, and they didn't think it was a big deal. They gave me some antibiotics and sent me on my way.
They initially might have seen the burns, might have been 1st degree with a little bit of 2nd degree, and covered them up if there were any open areas or open blisters, maybe giving them topical antibiotics versus oral. You typically wouldn't actually give anybody oral antibiotics because there's obviously not an infection yet.
Next morning, I woke up with the most hideous up blisters.
Wow. Blisters, or the fluid of those blisters, is like the protective lymph type fluid, but what's underneath is the damaged skin.
5 days after I got burned, I went to the hospital. The purpose of the operation was to carve the burns off of my body. They cut off the burns and then grafted on cadaver skin.
He had a large portion of his body that needed to be grafted. Thus, they used cadaveric. You can also use synthetics, which are made out of fish. Oh! What did he hit his head on? Hard to tell what he hit his head on, but it sounds like the sound of like a pipe or metal. Top of the head injuries, forehead injuries, back of the head injuries, not too bad. The first thing you think about, did any lacerations occur? Because when you get a direct blunt force, the skin splits open.
It's over, guys. It's finally over, but I literally almost died there.
When there's a scalp laceration, so like within the hair, most of the time we'll close that with staples, and then typically the staples need to be removed in 7 to 10 days. If it is on, say, your forehead or your face, we're gonna use sutures just because we have better control of the scarring that could occur.
Bro gets me with a nice crossover, can't even lie. Boom! He goes up, hits me with a mean, vicious elbow to the chin. Look at that.
Oh.
You are.
That's a good laceration to the chin. Looks like they shaved the area.
And now the worst part is my beard hair doesn't grow right there because of the scar. But yes, I literally ended up in the emergency room after the first game.
You can have a scar without hair growth in those areas. You see it on scalps as well. That's normal, unfortunately, but luckily it's under the chin.
I spent 24 hours in freezing cold ice. The ice prison is officially complete.
Whoa.
Are you okay?
Oh no!
Hey, Andrew, right on me, man. What you just witnessed was 324 kilograms of solid ice blocks collapsing.
Oh, that can cause significant amount of damage. That can cause skull fractures. That can cause lacerations. That can cause intracranial bleeding, cervical injuries, cervical strains, as well as broken bones to the foot.
But as the adrenaline started to go and the pain started to get more and more severe, I realized I had no other choice. I had to go to the hospital.
Seeing this injury reminds me that if you've ever injured yourself, your body needs to have quality sleep to recover. That's where Do Not Disturb from my company Life Happens comes to play. Whether you've been injured or not, you should definitely check out Do Not Disturb on lifehappens.com and on Amazon.
They said there's really bad bruising from the ice blocks, mainly on my head and my left foot. They said that they're going to need to take various tests and it's going to take hours, maybe even days.
In the US, somebody comes in with head trauma. ER doctor is most likely going to get a CT scan of the head as well as possibly a CT scan of the neck. But typically you would feel for like pain to the area of the neck, and if there's any tenderness or soreness to the neck, you may or may not do the image. Just depends on the clinical exam. And then getting, yes, x-rays of the foot or the extremity would be the beginning.
Guys, I may have failed the 24-hour challenge inside the ice house, but now I guess I'm doing a new 24-hour challenge inside the hospital.
Observing somebody in the hospital typically is related to actually finding something bad. Most commonly, if you're feeling better, give some pain medications and clinically you look good. There's no neurologic concerns. A young, healthy individual doesn't necessarily need to be admitted to the hospital to be observed, but different healthcare systems do different things. Oh my gosh, there was a lot of injuries. People hurt themselves left and right. If you guys enjoyed this react and learned something from it, definitely check out this playlist right here. And as always, please make sure you subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.